What's up, everybody? Galactic Scarecrow here, back with another video. Get those 10 to 20 views, so I can get those 20 to 30 subscribers. Let's keep that number going up. You know, I would like eventually to hit the point of monetization. At some point, I know I'm down here. It's gonna take me a while to get up there, but I'm cool with that. You know, just doing this more or less in my spare time. But today we are reviewing The Secrets of Dumbledore. Or that was the game plan before my so-called friends didn't reach out to me and communicate, hey, we're going to meet up at this time at this location. No plans. We're like, oh yeah, we'll go see it Thursday. And then Thursday came and they didn't contact me. It's a very sad day here in the Haunted Forest. So we were calling an audible. And because the draft is this Thursday, hold on a split second, so I don't seem like a complete idiot on the internet. NFL draft.
A few moments later.
I hate autocorrect spelling, you know.
A few moments later.
Yes, this Thursday, we are going to do a reaction to the 15 biggest NFL draft bust ever so far. To be honest, it's so far. There's plenty of busts that still could come. Someone could draft a Notre Dame quarterback. Please, a good ND quarterback, please come through so we can watch that stereotype away. But let's get to the video. I think it's TPS. I think they'll tell you who the names are. Please be nice to me and let me still air this. Take the monetization. I can care less about that. TotalProSports.com. If you like this video, go give them a watch after this and check out their webpage. They put time and energy into this. I'm just reacting and editing.
Sports presents the 15 biggest NFL draft busts ever.
I don't think my boys, the Carolina Panthers, will make this list. We have a few busts. But you figure you're in the 15 greatest bust ever, you're a first rounder. Maybe in a top 10. Or number 2. I'm calling Ryan Leaf on this list. Ryan Leaf, I'm going to bet money on this list.
The best teams in the NFL are able to draft well, or at least make up for poor drafting. The worst teams in the NFL, those teams consistently find ways to make absolutely awful picks.
I had a pause on the Notre Dame guy. The Jets, that's kind of the reason why they constantly have awful teams. They don't draft well. The Eagles draft okayly. They tend to draft a lot of people that are like, huh? But somehow work out.
Somehow, some way, they can't seem to develop any of their most promising players. Here are the 15 worst draft picks in NFL history. Number 15, Jake Locker. The Tennessee Titans hope they found their franchise quarterback for the long term when they nabbed Locker out of Washington with the 8th overall pick in the 2011 draft. He played just 4 years in the NFL. Locker was injury-riddled his entire career and hung them up for good in 2014.
Yeah, 4 years, a lot of injuries. Makes sense. This guy, he does not have a great voice for this. Kind of sounds like a teacher. Bueller. Show some life, man.
He never showed much promise to start on it.
If I don't show life because I haven't... Hey, hold on. I'm going to show you my microphone. So, if I sound off and non-emotional, it's that thing. Subscribe. Follow me on the other two. Help grow this channel. The first thing I'm buying once I start plausibly making money off this stuff is a better mic.
An NFL team anyway. Number 14, Rick Meyer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of close one coming.
The Seattle Seahawks took the promising quarterback prospect with the second overall pick in the 1993 draft. Meyer didn't do anything and was off the team by 1996. Amazingly, he still managed to find jobs as a quarterback for 6 other teams, most recently on the Detroit Lions practice squad in 2004.
Argument's not god awful. Figured the Notre Dame thing was 03 or 93. 9 years isn't terrible getting paid to be a career backup.
Touchdowns and
Granted, when you're number 2, that's different.
76 interceptions in his career. Seattle surely regretted this pick. Number 13, Achilles Smith. The Cincinnati.
Never heard of him. Could be he's a bust. Now they can get protection for their current quarterback. That would be nice.
Bengals took
I know my cousin Johnny would appreciate that.
Smith out of Oregon with the 13th overall pick in 1999, hoping he'd end up their quarterback.
Look at all those. Look at that old school Oregon unis before Nike just dumped a ton of money into them.
Of the future. Smith played just 4 seasons with the Bengals and was out of the NFL by 2005, failing to crack any rosters after his tenure with the Bengals ended. It took the Bengals several years later to find their star quarterback, Carson Palmer. Number 12, Justin Blackmon. The
All the potential in the world. This guy.
Jacksonville Jaguars couldn't help but take Blackmon, the expensive superstar wide receiver out of Oklahoma State with the 5th overall pick in 2012. Blackmon got
Hey, they didn't see where that other guy was picked. It would make bust status more important.
himself into many off-the-field troubles, which caused him to be suspended and not play in 2014 or 2015. Luke Kuechly, Harrison Smith, and Alshon Jeffrey were among the stars taken after him.
Luke! Too many head injuries. Man, if he could just... He made the right call of calling it quits for his own personal health. Never going to judge a man. We're saying, you know what? Open my body first.
Number 11, Vince Young. The Titans couldn't resist selecting Young, the University of Texas quarterback who led his team to the 2006 BCS National Championship. Young
That was a great BCS championship game. Him versus Matt Leinart. I will not be shocked. Matt Leiner's also not on this list, but
was taken with the 3rd overall pick in the 2006 draft, with stars like Jay Cutler, Haloti Ngata, Kemba Hall, and D'Angelo Williams being taken after him.
D'Angelo!
Young
You can blame him for the all the pink in October. Good cause. I'm not judging, just saying. It's D'Angelo got that started.
last played on an NFL roster in 2011 with the Philadelphia Eagles. Number 10, Brian Bosworth. The Bos was supposed to make a huge impact for the Seahawks. The only thing he did was make
Yeah, look at that mullet.
them regret selecting him. The Seahawks grabbed him in the 1987 supplemental draft, where the linebacker failed to do much of anything. Bosworth played just 3 years for the Seahawks before his NFL career ended. Number 9, Aaron Curry. Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's the 3rd Seahawk. Start out there. The 3rd Seahawk player on this list.
Yes, another huge draft bust by the Seahawks. Curry was the 4th overall pick in the 2009 draft by Seattle, who was in desperate need of a franchise player to turn their fortunes around. Curry lasted 3 years for the Seahawks before playing 2 seasons for the Oakland Raiders, most recently in 2012. Yes, sir, the Seahawks won Super Bowl 48 despite so many awful selections over the years. Number 8, Kijana Carter.
2nd Bengal. There's a trend. I'm surprised the Browns and or the Jets have not made this list. Yeah, I'm higher the volume up so I can hear it better.
The 1st overall pick in the 1995.
Oh, he was number 1. Let's go back to make sure we heard that right. No, the number 1.
Years. Number 8, Kijana Carter. The 1st overall pick in
Yep, 1st overall pick. That's the high bust status.
the 1995 draft was supposed to give the Cincinnati Bengals their running back of the future. Carter was out of the NFL
This was also back when running backs weren't just like a rental player.
by 2004, lasting just 5 seasons with the Bengals, just 20 touchdowns and 59 career games. Number 7, Courtney Brown.
There we go. There's the Browns.
The Cleveland Browns selected the stud defensive end out of Penn State with the 1st overall pick in 2004. Brown was never able to become the superstar he was hyped up to be. The Denver Broncos took a chance on him in 2005, but he was finished in the league by 2006. Worse yet, this wasn't even the worst pick the Browns made. Number 6, David Carr.
David Carr syndrome is a real thing. And this is why I want Carolina Panthers to draft an O-lineman. David Carr got hit so often, he just got scared back there.
Carr was one of the many quarterbacks that was expected to fix his team, but only made them look silly for taking him. Carr, the first overall pick by the Houston Texans, and
Ironically, his brother was the first overall pick in the second round and is having a much better career. The line issue is kind of the thing with
2002 won a Super Bowl ring as a backup with the New York Giants. He played 5 years for them and was sacked 76 times in his rookie season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Panthers, draft an O-lineman. We don't care who we draft. You don't want to end up like David Carr.
As you can imagine, it didn't lead to any success. Number 5, Tony Mandarich. Sports Illustrated hyped him as the greatest offensive line prospect ever in 1989. The Green Bay Packers
I was one.
bought the hype. He went second overall in the 1989 draft. The rest of the top 5 that year: Troy Aikman,
Hall of Famer.
Barry Sanders,
Hall of Famer.
Derek Thomas,
Probably a Hall of Famer.
Deion Sanders,
Prime time.
all Hall of Famers.
Yeah, that doesn't help your status. If 1 through 5, and you're the only one that's not a Hall of Famer.
Mandarich played 86 games between 1989 and 1998 and never became the prospect he was supposed to. Number 4, Charles Rogers.
I forgot the Lions were consistently bad. Now, there's that infamous Family Guy skit, which I'll insert here.
Oh, crap. Easy there. Hey, it's Thanksgiving. Shouldn't you be in Detroit losing a football game right now?
The Detroit Lions fans have suffered so much like very few teams in sports. One of the reasons
It's Detroit, so they at least had a good hockey team for a while. Now they suck in pretty much every sport.
for that was taking Michigan State wide receiver Charles Rogers second overall in 2003. Rogers lasted 3 years in the league due to inabilities to escape the law. By the way, Andre Johnson, Terrence Newman, Terrell Suggs, Troy Polamalu, and Nnamdi Asomugha were taken after him. Number 3, Tim Couch.
If you just put insert Browns quarterback as a bust.
Here's the worst pick ever by the Cleveland Browns. Tim Couch,
That's saying something.
number 1 overall in 1999. Couch played 5 years for the Browns and never came close to being an above-average starter in the NFL. He had 64 touchdowns and 67 interceptions. Between
Not the worst, but still not good.
1999 and 2015, the Browns never had a quarterback much better than him, nor worse for that matter. Number 2, Jamarcus Russell. The Oakland Raiders were super sure they had their quarterback for the long run when they took Russell first overall in
He was jacked coming out of college.
2007. Russell played just 3 years in the NFL and was out for good by 2009. He had 18 touchdowns, 23 interceptions, and became one very frustrating pick. By the way, Calvin Johnson went right behind him. Adrian Peterson, Patrick Willis, Marshawn Lynch, Darrelle Revis, Greg Olson, and Eric Weddle were among superstars taken after him. And number 1, Ryan Leaf.
Called it. It was because the big hype with him was him and Peyton Manning. They're supposed to be like 1A, 1B. Like, you couldn't miss with either.
The hot debate of the 1998 NFL Draft was Peyton Manning and Ryan Leaf. Manning
I just said that, dude.
told the Indianapolis Colts to take him, guaranteeing a championship, or else he'd come.
Yeah, it's a good bet to say, hey, take me and I'll win you a Super Bowl. Took him a while. Then again, he had to compete against Tom Brady in his prime.
Manning told the Indianapolis Colts to take him, guaranteeing a championship, or else he'd come back to kick them in the butt. Manning set
That is a winner's mentality.
every major NFL record and became arguably the greatest ever. The San Diego
Except for Tom Brady.
Chargers took Leaf second overall, and his career was short-lived. Leaf played just 3 years with the Chargers and never lived
Kind of looks like Beavis or Butthead. I can't remember which one.
Up to the promise he showed at Washington State. And that's it for the 15 biggest NFL draft busts ever. But wait, we're not done with you yet. In the comments below, we want to know, who is your pick for the biggest NFL draft bust ever? And for more cool videos, click subscribe.
Yeah, if you like their kind of content, go check them out, subscribe to them. But, subscribe to me first, because you're here on my channel, and I want this channel to grow. But yeah, 1, glad there's no Carolina Panthers. 2, I'm surprised there's no Jets. But that's the end of the video. How about this? Who do you think will be the biggest bust of this year? I'm going Kenny Pickett. Unfortunately, it seems like Carolina's going to take him. I don't like that. O lineman. Or Kyle Hamilton. O-line or him. That's it. Trade back, maybe to like the 15 to 20 range. Yeah, draft a quarterback at 6 linemen. But that's it. Follow me here. Follow me on Twitter. Let you know when I drop these videos. Or go live on Twitch. Follow me there too. But until then, I'll see you people later.